Well, we're back at the Pontiac again today. This side here was pretty seized on. I had just taken the bar and got in through the brake adjusting slot there and backed the brake adjuster off as far as I could, and then the drum came off. This has ball bearings in it, and one of the bearings on the other side is bad. These were put together like roller bearings, and ball bearings don't last if you do them like roller bearings. So let's go over to the other side, and I think this still had the original brakes on it from the factory. These are this side I haven't taken apart yet, but you can see there's still a fair amount of meat left on the shoes. This wheel cylinder is in better shape than the other side, and there's where I gotta connect the brake line, replace the brake hose, and get in behind there and change the wheel cylinder. And but this has the bad wheel bearing. Let me see if I can get the light right to where I can show you what the, let's see here. I think I'll change the camera set. Okay. That little pit, I don't know if it shows up in there or not. Right there is the start of a bad wheel bearing. And what happens when you just tighten these up and back them off, like when you do roller bearings, the ball bearings go bad. They have to be preloaded. So generally you torque them down to, I forget what the spec is, turning the hub, and then you back them off, then you torque the ball bearings to 13 foot-pounds, I believe it is. And the ball bearings will last forever. I've had them in my 59 Chevy for 30 years and never had to replace them. The key is having the proper preload. All these people that whine about the ball bearings not lasting and switching to roller bearings has never excuse me, put their ball bearings in properly. So anyway, kind of, you can see the inner wheel well house here. Everything's in nice shape. There's still black paint there. And remember, this is a Michigan car, so 1960 Pontiac that's been in Michigan from day one and then sat in a barn for 37 years. I think you got to give this car a little credit. It's in pretty darn good shape. So anyway, I'm going to start ripping into the front brakes and take the rest of the wheel bearings apart. I'm pretty sure I have a wheel bearing somewhere around here. So hopefully I don't have any other bad wheel bearings. We'll take a look at them all, repack them, and once I get the fronts done and bled, the brakes will be completely done. The rear brakes are finished. I was not able to get the parking brake cable freed up. I cleaned up the old rotten tires for now, so they look a little better. But all the hydraulic lines and everything are replaced. And these tires, by the way, I'll take you outside and show you. They're brand new. These are the rotten tires that were on the front, and they still have the little nubs on them in the tread. Little nubs, right? I don't know if that'll show up in the camera or not, but the little nubs from when they were made are still on the tire. All four tires still have them. The tread's like new. It's just they're completely rotten. You can see some of the cracking there. I didn't clean the inside up, but I did clean the outside up. But you can see they're pretty bad shape from all the years of sitting, and it's no wonder they hold air. They're Sears G7814s. Sears Dynapply 18. This one's got a little rim leak right there. They still hold air pretty good. They're 4-ply. Anyway, I'm going to put probably the 2 1/4 inch wide white wall cokers on it. But yeah, brand new. You can see on this tire a little bit more those little nubs. Brand new tires. What a shame. I think this car was completely tuned up, oil changed, new tires. It was totally gone through before it was parked. I also got in here with a putty knife and scraped some of the grease off the engine. You can see the paint underneath the grease, so I got some gunk. I put a new thermostat in and I painted this housing so when the hose is on here we don't have a corrosion or leak problem. I'll probably paint that part of the water pump where the hose goes on. I put new heater hoses on, and I'm waiting on the water pump and the radiator. And the radiator should be here today or tomorrow, I hope. And the water pump should be here Monday or Tuesday, so I'm going to put a new water pump in. I'm going to flush the engine block out really good and flush the radiator. I don't know, I'll look at the radiator, see if it needs recoring or not. It's a used radiator, it's coming out of Oklahoma. So I'll just take a look at it and see what kind of condition it's in. But the car has just been kind of putzing with the stitches in my little pinky finger on my right hand. I haven't been able to really go to town like I wanted to until today, where I thought, well, I'll start working on the front brakes. So anyway, that's just a little bit more on the Pontiac. I might do a little more video after this to add to it. There's the backing plate all. Just gave it a quick shot of satin black. Let it dry for a few minutes. Throw it back together with new brake shoes, new hydraulic lines. I'll start working on the right-hand side brakes. Who's coming along? Well, I got the passenger right-hand side done. I still got to make the new hydraulic line for it that goes across the other side. I'll do that tomorrow. And both the front wheels are done. And car's looking good. The hydraulic line's made for this side, but this piece here, where this goes on, that thread's a little bit too small, so they got me the wrong hoses. So the new ones are on order, and they'll be in Tuesday. So this is the old original one. And I don't know what they're just slightly different size. So anyway, I'll get the correct hose on it and bleed the system and the brakes will be done. I got to get the drums turned and go through the wheel bearings. I got one bad inner wheel bearing. This was the drum that was really seized on. See some rust there. But yeah, they even have the old original felt grease seals. So I'll get this, go through the wheel bearings tomorrow, get the other hydraulic line made up, and wait for the hoses to come in, and then we'll be ready to have brakes. And there was one other thing too. Somebody asked why I didn't convert it to a dual master cylinder. Well, the reason being is this master cylinder, the way it attaches to the pedal and comes in, is unique to the car. And they don't make a dual master cylinder that'll bolt there that'll work on this car. So I would have had to put a power brake booster, newer booster on it, and I just didn't want to spend $1,000 by the time you get the booster and the proportioning valve and the dual master. So I just put the stock single reservoir. That's a brand new master cylinder there. So everything in the braking system will be brand new. And hopefully it won't give me any issues. But this is the brake line that I got to make tomorrow. And that's all done there. I know the light isn't that good in here right now, but you get the gist of it. So it's about the size of it. I think I showed earlier the engine cleaning it up. But get a radiator in it, I can get it outside and pressure wash the engine really good, and the car will be coming along good, and then I can start on the cosmetic stuff on it. Nice, fun winter project here. If you're interested in seeing about the car from before I even purchased the car, you can look at my past videos, everything I've been doing on the 60 Catalina here. Thank you for watching my video.